What's up, Saturday? Happy Saturday. Coming in live from the kitchen. Super pumped up, super fired up for this morning's episode. It's freezing here in Michigan. Well, I think it's freezing. It's got to be like 55. It's going to be only 70 today. But if you're brand new, you've never been a part of an episode, first and foremost, it's an honor to have you. Drop new in the comments. And if you are driving or whatever it is that you're doing right now, I'll have for you a recap of what happens on this morning's episode. So if you drop new, I can pin it to you in the comments because we're going to go through 3 things specifically this morning, exactly how to drop 30 pounds in 5 months without giving up foods, desserts, or alcohol, or ever following a meal plan. I did it. It was my biggest struggle. A little bit about my background. I am not in any way, trying to put this lipstick on, any way, shape, or form an expert. My background is actually teaching fitness, but I struggled with my weight for a very long time to the point where I went in 11 months into being on a journey. I got a clean bill of health. What does that mean? All my blood work came back great. And my doctor was like, you know what we could do is we could put you on metformin. Metformin is a drug to treat prediabetes, but it helps people who struggle with their weight lose weight. So let's do that. And I was like, let's not. So I ended up diving in. So many people had recommended the book, which this should be a massive tip for you, called The Obesity Fix. The book will rock your world. Get it on Audible because I didn't have time to read the book either. So I got it on Audible. You can go right now to the App Store, download the free app called Audible. Then you can go to Amazon and type in The Obesity Fix. There's an Audible version, click it and download it. You can put a sticky note right now somewhere to remind you. Otherwise, you're not going to remember this, right? Like you're going to get off this show. You're not going to remember. So just put on a piece of paper right now, Audible. I'm telling you what I've learned from that book has absolutely rocked my world. And then listen to this. Every single book that comes up after I finished that book, that comes up as a recommendation, I've listened to. So I have 40 plus, I stopped counting at 40 books, Audible books, of like knowledge on health and wellness and hormones and how our food is our like biggest medicine, and it's going to rock your world. So hopefully you get some insight out of it. There are 3 things you might be doing. Like I was doing the 3 things that it takes to drop weight, but it was the things that I was eating. So you live in the United States of America. Obviously, if you're in the United States of America, we have full freedom. So we don't have additives and fillers that are banned in our foods like over in the UK and Australia. So we have to really do our due diligence, meaning when I upped my protein, the protein bars that I were using, like the Pure Protein, the rating was a 0 out of 100 because it had 8 different additives and fillers inside of it. The number 1 side effect of these fillers and additives, I'm not even kidding you, leads to becoming overweight. So that was an absolute game changer. There's an app that'll help you with that. It's free. The app is called Yuka. So Y-U-K-A, Y-U-K-A. If you download that app for free, you'll have so much clarity coming from everything. What do you use for your mouthwash? What do you use for your toothpaste? All of that's going directly into our bloodstream, right? It's even altering like the pH levels. All of that has to do with cortisol and blood glucose. And at the end of the day, it has to do with our weight and our inflammation. So those are the kind of things that we're going to go through today. So download that Yuka app. I'm not giving you a code. I'm not making any money off of it. It will rock your world. For example, at the gym, they sell a drink called Celsius. Drop a 1 if you've ever heard of the Celsius drink. The Celsius drink is marketed right on the label, accelerates your metabolism, leads to overweight. You guys, the number 1 additive in Celsius literally leads to becoming overweight and is carcinogenic. It tells you right in the factual information. That product, that ingredient is not even allowed in places like Australia. It's not even allowed in Europe. So we have to do our due diligence, okay? So your protein is the biggest thing. We do want to make sure that we're getting our desirable weight. There's a lot of people, including myself, who think you have to times 1.2 by this. There's actually a desirable weight. And if you go to Google right now, you should know what it is. I could Google 5'7" female weight, and it gives you a chart. Like you should be from here to here. There's a gap. The larger number is how many grams of protein you should be getting if you want to lose weight. So mine said 130 to 150. So 150 turned into 150 grams of protein. And trust me, that seemed nearly impossible for me. I was like, what? But listen, 150 grams of protein is only 600 calories. 150 grams of fat is 1,350 calories. Wow. So I'm telling you, it's possible. When I started taking my snacking from avocados and nuts and seeds and peanut butters and olives and olive oils and cheese, and I cut back on it a little bit and added in the protein because those were all fats, I turned into a fat burning machine. I have dropped 40 pounds now total. I've maintained it, and I'm almost 40. So when it comes to protein, number one, you might be going and getting cottage cheese. You might be going and getting cottage cheese and saying, listen, here's Gia, babe. Listen, I am eating. I am getting enough. But what is the cottage cheese you're purchasing? What is the Greek yogurt you're purchasing? Because 70% of them on the shelf have additives that are carcinogenic, have additives that lead to becoming overweight, have additives that lead to altering glucose levels. You want me to hold her? So you have to be really careful with that. So get that Yuka app. It's called YUKA. And that app is going to be an absolute game changer for you. And there's only 4 calories in 1 gram of protein, 4 calories in 1 gram of carb, 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. So that's the protein. I know on average, everyone's different. I know there's a lot of hype, like you have to have this many. Guys, I eat on average 3 times a day. That means I need to be getting 50 grams of protein in each meal, right? So I've learned how to biohack that. If you are new, drop new in the comments. I have a guide that I found. It was a game changer. It helped me in many, many, many ways. But when you go to eat protein and you're like, I don't really want to eat this protein, the why behind protein helped me in many ways. Number one, you burn 30% more calories eating protein. So that's amazing. Like your metabolism's working harder. And when your metabolism's working and your blood is flowing more, you feel more awake, you feel better. So number one, you burn 30% more calories. So really protein is an energizer. Number two, it's how you actually go through the feelingness of fullness and satiety. There's a lot of people, including myself, I was constantly hungry, mainly because I was dehydrated. That's a really big sign as well. But it was mainly because I was deficit in protein. The most abundant thing made up within us is our protein and water. And the third thing that it does is it's actually how you improve your muscle tone. So we want muscle mass. We don't need to be big and we don't need to be bulky, but I'm telling you right now, the people who are dropping weight from things like injectables and they're losing their muscle mass, what's happening is when they get off of that, they actually come out worse than better because now their metabolism's actually slower than what it once was. So now we have even more of a problem, right? It reminds me of like going and fixing a pothole and doing this, but then like not letting the stuff, you know what I mean? So that's the protein scenario. Protein is, yes, the most abundant thing made up. Protein's the only thing that I'd ever tell people to supplement with. People are like, what should you do? The most abundant protein found within you, you know what it is. It's collagen. And some people don't care about collagen and some people love it. The one thing that I always say about collagen is if you care about your hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, and skin's elasticity and your gut, that has everything to do with collagen production. Out of the 40 plus Audible books that I've listened to now on collagen, 4 of them were about collagen. There's 25 types of collagen. Did you know that? I had no clue. The top 5 are the most important, just in case you were wondering. And the one that we become deficit in at the age of 20, we have 100% collagen. Each year after 20, we lose a minimum of 1%. So how old are you? Let's say you're 40. That would mean if you weren't adding the type 2 collagen back in, you'd be 20% deficit. And what would the symptoms and side effects be of that? Well, I'm sure we could see it in the hair, the skin, the nails, the joints, the muscles, the wrinkles, the skin's elasticity, right? So type 2 collagen will be the best bang you could ever add in. You want to make sure it's water soluble. Guys, I was using 20 different types of collagen in the last decade. I didn't know that. So you want it to be water soluble. It's how your body molecularly hydrolyzes and absorbs it. Okay? As far as my eyelashes and my hair not having to have extensions, if you use organic tremella mushroom at the same time as collagen, did you know it mimics hyaluronic acid? I mean, that became important to me because I had skin cancer. I couldn't put things on my face that were carcinogenic. Scan today what you brush your teeth with. Scan your moisturizers. Yuka, the app, will tell you, are there additives or are there fillers? Because when companies can add additives and fillers to their products, it saves them so much money. It's the higher they can make their ticket and the more money they can make from you. So be careful. And then the last thing she's asking if I use a fat burner. I'll never stop using a fat burner. Seed oils are bad, so CLA is not the best fat burner, okay? Also, your fat burner, you have like the berberine. I don't do well with caffeine, so it makes me jittery. There's one that comes all the way over from Italy. Specifically in Italy, there's a place, Sicily, and they have the climate that brings them the vibrant blood red orange, kind of like my shirt. And the blood red orange has an antioxidant inside of it that's patented to burn fat. 94% of consumers who use it, body fat composition down, visceral fat in the belly area down, body fat percentage down. Well, why didn't 6% of people get results? They weren't consistent or they didn't give it 12 weeks. Guys, right? So that's the one that I use. It's right here. It has 4 supplements in one. So this actually is a medical grade type 2 collagen, okay? You've got your type 2. Did you know the first ingredient listed in an ingredient list is what you find the most of? The last ingredient's what you find the least of? Go look at your peanut butter. You might be shocked. Your first ingredient might be sugar. So then this has type 2 collagen, fenugreek, which supports the gut lining. It's got your, guess what? Organic tremella mushroom, which mimics hyaluronic acid. You better say goodbye to the crow's feet and the 11s. Yes, you can do that through collagen. And then lastly, it has the Moro seal. It's got your blood red orange, first to the marketplace, infused from Italy, fat burner. Okay, drop in the comments the word slim. I'll share the science behind it that I saw in a video that made me say, okay, I think after trying 20 plus different types of collagen, I found my forever home. And because protein, the most abundant one found in us is collagen, and we become depleted in it, I'll never stop using it. If that is the answer to your question. Okay, right now when you purchase any 2 months of my cell activator, okay, which are my peptides, medical grade microbeaded, you will get for free, okay, you'll get for free the belly fat blasting liquid collagen, which is an $89 value. You're not gonna just get that for free, you're also gonna get for free your nitro, which is our hydrogen water. So if you're not aware of the Black Friday that's happening right now today, make sure you drop promo or Black Friday because yes, you're getting my belly fat blasting liquid collagen a full month for free. A bag of nitro, which is the hydrogen water for FREE, okay? And if you do a 6-day subscription, no fee, no penalty if you cancel, click of a button, you get the belly fat blasting liquid collagen on subscription for free moving forward until you cancel it, okay? So that's the protein. The second thing is your water, okay? Hold on, let me bundle up the dog. Your water intake. So let me ask you a question. What term do you think came first? Do you think the word lipolysis came fast first, or liposuction? Okay. The answer is the word lipolysis. It's a science term for how your body actually burns fat. Liposuction came secondary. It came from the word lipolysis. And your body burns fat by getting the proper amount of water. The proper amount of water is half of your weight. I don't know why the news says drinks 8 cups. I don't know why some influencers say drink a gallon. You want to get half of your weight in ounces of water. If you're adding any type at all, any type of electrolytes, any type of Mio, Crystal Light, you have to scan it in the YUKA app. You have to. You have to, because when I was using Mio and I was using Crystal Light, the number one additive inside of those, the rating on the Yuka app were a 0 out of 100. The side effect to the additive I was adding into my body every single day, thinking I was doing myself a favor, leads to becoming overweight. altered my glucose levels even worse, made me even hungrier, dehydrated my body even more. So again, that app is called Yuka, Y-U-K-A. I'm not getting you a code. It's free for you to download, okay? So water, the best thing you could do is set a 90-minute timer. Every 90 minutes, if you stop, drop, and drink for 15 seconds, it'll pay dividends. Otherwise, how do you remember? So every 90 minutes, I have a timer that goes off. I stop, I drop, and again, I just say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, until I get to 15, and I repeat that all day long. I have an Apple Watch, so it works amazing. Or you can go on your phone. We all have an alarm inside of our phone where we can set this up, okay? So be very careful if that's something that you're doing, if you're not setting a timer. Now in the bottom of my water, sometimes I add lemons and limes. Sometimes I add cucumbers, sometimes mint leaves or peppermint leaves. You can have fun with your water where you're not adding additives that are gonna actually cause more harm than good, okay? As far as your bladder, it'll adjust in 90 days. There was an entire Audible book about water. And one thing that I heard a lot was like the going to the bath, 90 days. So think to yourself, short-term sacrifice, future gain. My body's going through lipolysis. Lipolysis is how I burn fat, okay? The other thing about the water, use a straw. I have a really good water bottle, and she said I'm only staying for level 1 because I don't have the skills. Ask her what I'm gonna do there. Okay, so to confirm, I'm coming at 11 or noon. Other thing about the water, I have instead of plastic, use something that's like steel. I have a hydro jug, it's got a red straw. The best thing you can do if you don't like drinking water is to use a straw or chew a piece of gum. It quenches your thirst. That's what I do. Soda water does count, so that's something that does count, soda water. You gotta make sure you scan it in the Yuka app. I know LaCroix is one. Scan it in the Yuka app. I know the ice sparkling water from like Costco that's like pink, orange, or green. Horrible. Horrible. I mean, it's just insane what you're gonna learn in a second about like something in fiber. But just remember, Celsius drink, I used to drink it every day. And the number one additive in Celsius leads to becoming overweight. It alters the glucose levels. So make sure you get that app out of everything. And again, if you're new, drop new in the comments because I have a guide that will help you in many ways and it'll go over this even more in detail. So if you're driving right now, you don't have to worry about this being too much. I don't want to overwhelm you, okay? The other thing for water, we talked about the tip, the trick, the bladder. We talked about infusing it. Buy yourself a water bottle. Have fun with it. And the third thing is your fiber. Okay, it's crazy because at the gym, Metamucil is always there. You guys, the number one ingredient, Metamucil, please pull up the Yuka app, Y-U-K-A. It's sperm altercation in men, what in the actual heck, ADHD in children, carcinogenic, and possible contaminants inside of Metamucil. So we have to, again, like, is it the stuff, is it the source? When you go to Kroger and you buy Greek yogurt, what brand do you buy? I used to go to the one that was on sale. Now I scan it in the Yuka app and I'm using the one that's not carcinogenic. So we have to realize that food industry is a business. And if they can create something with fillers and additives because we have freedom and they can save a buck, they don't look at what's happening to us long term. We have to do the due diligence. So that's why I'm telling you to take the extra mile to use that Yuka app. The inflammation on your body is gonna just dissolve. You are gonna feel so incredible. If I could tell you right now and take you through how I went from feeling to how I am today, without a doubt, you would start implementing these little things. Okay, so 25 grams of fiber up to 40 grams of fiber. All the food, all the drinks that you use in a day, everything goes straight through your intestinal tract. Our intestinal tract is like this, and it's like a swirly gardener snake. All the food, all the drinks go through it. Do you really think if we're not getting proper movement, which we'll discuss, which is 7,500 steps, do you really think all of our food is just flying through our intestinal tract? Or do you think maybe little itsy and bitsy pieces are being left behind? Well, when those little itsy bitsy pieces are being left behind, all of a sudden the toxins and bacteria that grow on them, just like they could grow on anything, right? Germs. They cause inflammation, bloating, irregular bowel movements, and foul-smelling gas in the gut lining. You up your fiber to a clean source of fiber. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds has 10 grams. I buy the Carbo Nut bread. The Carbo Nut bread my husband put away, it's from Whole Foods. 15 grams of fiber, 40 calories, 1 slice. I just had 6 egg whites on top of it. I've got my fiber in. There's the Royo Bagel, R-O-Y-O. But no Metamucil. Do not fall for it when you're at the Target checkout lane today or at Home Goods and you're like, oh yeah, fiber. No. You have to be careful. Get out that Yuka app. Search it. Look at the ingredients. Look at the ingredient list. Your berries is another thing. In 1 cup of berries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, there's 8 grams of fiber. In your vegetables, there's 7 grams of fiber in 1 cup. Okay, so 1 cup. I will be straight with you and I'll tell you something that's absolutely crazy to me. I met a girl all the way over from Australia, and because if you guys follow me, you know religiously that I was the person, because you're supposed to get 6 cups total every single day of fruits and vegetables, I was the girl that did. I never got more than 3 cups of fruit because they said not to, and I got 6 cups every single day. I met this girl and she said, hey, I'm from Australia and I know that you use fruits and veggies religiously, so you'd be great for this. Would you mind for 1 week getting off of them and using what's called the daily dose of dense nutrition? I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I don't believe in that. Things like Juice Plus, nope, nope, nope. And she's like, well, hold on. Can I show you something? Like, can I show you through like the engineering process of what's happening to soil depletion and how the nutrients and the antioxidants actually come from the soil? And I said, okay, fine, I'll try it. I didn't have to pay anything. How I felt 1 week getting the proper nutrients, getting the proper antioxidants that I thought I was once getting in my servings of fruits and veggies, I can't even explain it to you. I can't even, it's a daily dose of dense nutrition where literally I save money using it. I save money using it. Because will I buy fruits and veggies, even organic? Yes, at times. Will I eat them when I'm out and about? Yes. But after I went through feeling a night and day difference from the antioxidants and the nutrients derived actually from getting it, and listen, there's no grass in this. There's no grass, there's 0 fillers. Typical ones will have it. This specific one is not only backed by science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, it's CLEAN. It's called Alive, ALIVE. I love that it does not get clumpy. It's like this dark, dark, vibrant green. It almost has like violet to it, but here's the best part. It might look disgusting. It tastes delicious. It smells delicious. Within 30 minutes of drinking Alive, I go to the bathroom. There isn't a day that I miss it. Yeah, if you just drop in the comments the word Alive or greens, I'll share the video with you that explains what Alive is and how it's your daily dose of dense nutrition and why it's important to actually add it in because of our soil depletion. And if it turns you up, awesome. I'm not here to beg, sell, or convince you, okay? So the third thing being fiber. Fiber is like a vacuum. It gets thick and sticky like gum. It makes its way through the intestinal tract. So 25 grams, I gave you some sources of it. Water is half of your weight. No Mio, no Crystal Light. If you want to add one thing to your water daily, you can find a clean electrolyte, okay? You have to scan it in the Yuka app, YUKA, because there's a lot. Even the one I was buying from Whole Foods, it's the Ultima one, horrible. 6 additives, bright red, 40 rating out of 100. Why the side effects of this? Oh my God, carcinogenic, can lead to upping my chances of heart disease. No, okay? I use an electrolyte that comes in the form of hydrogen. In the last decade, engineers have literally found that hydrogen is not in the body. It's nowhere to be found. But you add hydrogen in, oh my gosh, it dilates the blood vessels. It gets the blood flowing. And when you have blood flowing more than you do without something, your performance, your recovery, people ask about my gym routine and teaching fitness at 40, your headaches, your blood pressure, all of that improves from hydrogen. Yeah, the one that I use, it's proven through science, proven through clinicals, third-party validation, and CLEAN. And it has my electrolytes, okay? It's called Nitro, and you're guaranteed a Nitro experiment. Yeah, just drop in the comments the word hydrogen. Right now it's free. You get a whole bag of it and a whole month supply of my belly fat blasting liquid collagen when you buy a 2-month supply of my microbeaded medical grade peptides, okay? Free. Did you hear me say free? Because it's Black Friday. Wait, whoa. Did you type Black Friday in the comments? Did you see this promo? Did you see that promo? A full month supply of a belly fat blasting liquid grade collagen that has 4 supplements in one that's $89 is free. Wait, if I set my 2 medical grade peptides, I have a 2-month supply of peptides on a 60-day subscription. Every time my subscription runs, there's no fee. I get this going forward for free. That's right. Yeah. So make sure you drop Black Friday or drop promo. That's coming to an end in the next few days here, okay? When it comes to this hydrogen water, you never add ice. There are people that will flock and go buy it right now. Don't add ice. You add it to water. I put it in my water bottle, okay, cold water. I put it in there. It's clear. You can see it. I put a lid on it. All of a sudden, within 5 minutes, it pops. Pop, telling me the hydrogen has actually hydrolyzed. Pop. Okay, you drink it, 10 hours, you have blood vessel dilation, 10 times. So it's not gonna affect your sleep. I always recommend taking it 10 hours before bedtime. You wouldn't take it at 6 o'clock at night if you go to bed at 9 p.m., okay? For my hydrogen water, you would it turns bright yellow. And again, that gas, once it pops, it's ready to be drank and it's delicious. Super crisp. Also comes in the form of a can. Okay, I'm obsessed. This is for like convenience or if I'm traveling or kind of just want to have a can. They're more expensive because of the shipping on them, but yes, they are available. You feel it instantly. Because with my menopause brain fog, I have no fog. I don't even open a cabinet anymore. Like how I can pay attention and go through a conversation now versus the old me, I can't even explain it. So it's not only going to improve, Tina, your brain fog, your fatigue, kiss it goodbye. I pay 25 cents less than a Celsius. Go search Celsius. Go search in your app, Alani, the #1 additives and fillers inside of them, which they're all high risk in the Yuka app. Search. The #1 additive and risk leads to altering glucose levels, altering cortisol levels, and leads to becoming overweight. A drink on the can that tells you you're going to lose weight by drinking it leads to you becoming overweight, leads to the problem of the stubborn belly fat. Literally. Because when you eat and drink, your food's supposed to be used as energy or stored as energy, but because it's coming in as an additive and filler that's not healthy and good on the body, and it's causing stress, it's just storing your drinks and your food as fat. I see it happening to people every day. They get the Yuka app, they start scanning, they get the proper protein, water, and fiber. Their weight is never a struggle ever again. See, what happened is these additives and these fillers, even 5 years ago, were 50% less. So we have to do our due diligence. Like, thank goodness you came across this today, right? Can I get some freaking fire in the comments? So that's what I wanted to cover. I wanted to go over every standard of protein. What not to use, what to use, how to scan with the Yuka app, how to realize that there's only 4 calories in a gram of protein, 9 calories in a gram of fat, how to know that there's a tip I'm going to share you right now. If you drop tip in the comments, I'm going to share a tip with you. You'll never be able to say, well, Michelle just gets it. You're going to get it because you're going to literally know how to go up to something and how to see in big bold the calories. Do you see 60? Okay, so all I have to do today at the market is find the calories. Okay, 60. Cover the last number of the calories. Okay, when you cover that last number, what do you see? A 6. That means there should be 6 grams of protein. When you cover that last number, whatever you see once you do that is how many grams of protein this should have. Okay, well, it has 13. Boom! As long as it's 6 or greater, okay, well, this is a good one. Now I scan it in the Yuka app. Are there any contaminants? Is there any carcinogenics? Are there additives and fillers that are going to alter how my body is digesting this and storing my food as energy instead of storing it as fat? It's Yuka approved. So now you have a tip. Now you know how to go to the grocery store and be like, well, I mean, there's so many different brands. Now you have that tip in your back pocket. And if you drop new in the comments, I'll give you a guide that helped me in many ways that recaps everything we just covered. But just know if you hopped on a little late, I'm not an expert, but I've listened to 40 plus Audible books. I've dropped 40 pounds at 40 and I've maintained it. I've no longer had to go this gene today, this gene, my inflammation, like I don't have this constant inflammation and this constant swelling. I have clarity and energy. And when you can show up feeling like that, it's worth every single bit of knowledge and information that I've stored right here. And I want to change your life if I can. Because I struggled for 11 months. I was the heaviest I'd ever been, the tiredest I've ever been, the lowest I'd ever been. So make sure you get that water. Please stop with the Mio and Crystal Light. They should be banned. Scan it in the Yuka app. And if there's a recommendation at the bottom for one that you can replace it, I love that because I used to use gummy bears. And now I found the Lily's brand I can have. So you can still have your favorite foods. Okay, drop new in the comments for the guide that'll help you in many ways. Okay, with your water, use hydrogen once a day. Guys, I saved 25 cents less. 25 cents less. Drop the word nitro for clean energy. Third-party validation, clinical, science-backed. I'd pay the extra 4 cents than the one that doesn't have that clarity. Hydrogen in the body improves circulation of blood for 10 hours, dilating the blood vessel. You want half your weight in ounces of water, set a 90-minute timer. Write on a piece of paper right now water, and please, dear gosh, put it next to your bedstand. Water before coffee any day. You turn the metabolism on. If you end up doing the Yuka app and you find in any way, shape, or form that a lot of your foods contain additives, you should just get cell activation. Getting an injection of GLP-1 is tricking the brain. I have 50 conversations a day with 50 people who are struggling with side effects from it, who have put all of their weight back on, who had all their muscle mass eaten during it that they already had, and now their metabolism's even slower. You want to, at a mimicking effect and cellular level, reset your body and get all the cells that were once sending little minute messages to every area in the body but became rusted through additives and through toxins. Use microbeaded peptides. There is nothing else out there that has the absorption, science-backed clinicals, third-party validation, and are clean and work for you, future you, and not against you. All of these people that have once reached their goal now, they get off of them. Her body reacted to cell activation immediately. My peptide stacks, they're all stacked with different types of short-chain amino acid cells, peptides. I gotta ask you a few questions. I can't just tell you to take Elevate. I can't just tell you to take the bikini in a bottle. I've gotta know how much weight you wanna lose. How long have you been trying? Okay? So if you get 2 months supply of my peptides right now, you can do Elevate, Elevate Body, Body, or Elevate Body. You're getting the belly fat blasting liquid collagen free, full month supply, a full bag of nitro, which is the hydrogen water free. You're getting $170 for Black Friday, 2-day, Saturday for free. Make sure you drop Black Friday. If you've never been introduced to my microbeaded medical grade peptides that work for you instead of against you, and you can get off of them when you reach your goal and maintain your weight loss efforts. Jeff at 55 years old is down 26 pounds. I was gonna pull up my phone and show you a bunch of, I've got transformation stories that come in daily. Go look at my stories, okay? The side effects: better hair, skin, nails, joints, muscles, wrinkles, skins, elasticity, sleep, patience, fat burning. You can lose weight without anything, but the cravings, the energy, and the time it's gonna take more is something you have to deal with. The only thing I'd ever put every person I meet on is collagen, because you become depleted at 20. So drop peptide, drop cell activation, drop whatever word you want. And if you didn't see this Black Friday promotion, drop Black Friday. You can do 4 months payments, 6-month payments, okay? You need to reactivate the cells. And all these short chain amino acids and peptides in your body, this works at a cellular level mimicking effect. Imagine adding them back in. And when you add them back in, literally, not only is it reactivating old ones, new ones are coming in. Okay, the one has an NAD plus production. The other one has an exercise mimicking effect at a cellular level. I don't want to sound like a spammy whammy asshole. I just want you to know that there's a video with the cell activated medical grade expert on these peptides, the naturopath approach of mimicking effect cellular level. Everything's 30 days money back guaranteed, Bonnie. Proven through science, 30 days, empty the entire bottle. And I understand that you've tried everything. That means you're one step closer to trying something that actually works, and you actually know now with certainty that you didn't want to do what you tried in the past. You haven't tried this, right? So if you knew with certainty moving forward, X, Y, and Z would be solved, would you move forward? Heck to the yes. If you knew with certainty, right? So that's all I got for you today. Are you feeling pumped up, fired up, and jacked up? Like, yes, I'm gonna drink water. Yes, I'm gonna eat protein. Yes, I'm getting that Yuka app. Drop new for that protein guide. Let's learn about these micro-beaded peptides. Let's get the free belly fat blasting liquid collagen and the nitro free when you purchase 2-month supply of my peptides, and those are $30 off. Drop it in the comments, okay? Alive is the greens. Just drop the word ALIVE, ALIVE, okay? Daily dose of dense nutrition. So that's my morning routine. I hope the facts of protein, water, and also fiber helped you in that Yuka app. If you have questions, hop in my inbox. I work with a lot of people who have health conditions. That's A-okay. The average person does now. I'm blaming our foods. I'm blaming the additives. I'm blaming the fillers. I'm blaming the soil depletion. And once you learn about this in that app and you see for yourself how you feel and what comes from it, you're never, ever, ever, ever gonna go back to where you once were. So have the best Saturday. It was an honor that you popped on. Tell me in the comments your takeaways, share this with a friend, and save it for later for a day that you show up feeling a little bit unmotivated.